All right. This is episode 2 of the Grey Game podcast. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm thankful for all my supporters. You guys have shown me so much love, especially with the first video. Yeah. So naturally, I want to give the best entertainment to you guys always and the best advice. So hopefully today's a banger. Okay. Now, first things first, don't ever let a girl little boy you. And what I mean by that, don't let them belittle you. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of men, young boys who are teenagers. They think they're behind in life because some girl that they're dating or some girl that's about or that they know has told them that they're not patterned, they're not doing their thing, they're not whatever. But bro, I promise you, yeah, it is hard. Do you understand? Most of these women have a brother, a cousin, a dad, a uncle that they can phone and ask for money. A lot of men don't have that. You see what I'm saying? So don't let them little boy you. I promise you, my brother, yeah. If you ask a lot of these girls to show you their online banking, you will see flies doing the Macarena. Do you understand? If these girls was football players, they will be playing for No Motion United. A lot of them have no motion. Do you understand? So keep your head down, keep pushing and work hard. Even when it comes to watches, yeah. We as men, we love our watches. There's some guys, they might be like, they can only afford like what? A date just, yeah? Date just is like what, 7 to 10 bags. And I'm hearing girls little boy these guys and belittle them for their 7 to 10 bag watch. But most people, forget even just girls, most people in this economy cannot rise 7 to 10 bags. So you see, the next time someone tries to little boy your watch or your car even, tell them rise the money. Rise it. If my watch only costs 10 bags, rise 10 bags right now. I guarantee they can't do it. Do you understand? Even when they're giving excuses, say, I don't want to hear that. I want to see that money rise. Like Christ on the third day, rise to 10 bags. They can't. Do you understand? Even if even if you've got like what, a tennis bracelet, it costs maybe 2 to 3 bags. I don't know how much a tennis bracelet costs. And someone's trying to make you feel bad about what you've got. Bro, most people in this economy cannot rise up 2 to 3 bags. They can't. So don't let anyone, this is not even about women no more. Don't let anybody belittle you or little boy you, bro. You understand? You're doing just fine. Keep working, keep doing your thing, and you'll be all right. See what I'm saying? So that's that. That's the starting message, yeah? Number 2, yeah? Because you know Unks likes to look after his nephews, so it's only right he looks after his nieces, yeah? They want your girl's lifestyle, not you. So you see a lot of guys get into relationships, yeah? And they start saying, yo, all these girls want me now. All these girls, they're onto me. These girls love me. You think it's about you? It's not about you. They want your girl's lifestyle. Do you know how difficult it is for a woman to find a man and have to reprogram him, have to coalesce him, convince him, manipulate him to give her a certain lifestyle? That's long. Do you understand? People forget women are actually very competitive. They might not mention it, but they are. And in some friendship groups, not all, but a lot of women's status in a friendship group is determined by who her man is. You see, when she tells her friends that she's talking to a new guy, and the friends ask, so what does he do? You see that question there? That has ruined a lot of relationships. A lot of men have lost their women when she goes back to the tribunal and she tells them what her man does. And they start giggling and they say, so what? He's not productive. He's quiet. It's class. Do you understand? She wants your girl's lifestyle. She doesn't want you. It's not even about you. It's about how you fit into her ideal lifestyle. So you see, if she sees another girl, yeah, and you're giving her 200 roses, you're flying her to the Maldives, she's not thinking, I want a man just like him. She's thinking, I want him. Do you understand? Now, we all know a lot of men, we can be horny devils. And the way to our heart is through our second head. You see what I'm saying? So she will put it on your boyfriend. Put it on him. Positions you didn't even know existed. By the time she's done with your man, he'll be speaking in tongues. He'll be talking Aramaic. So a lot of the time, man, then when you're gassed that all these girls are onto you now that you've got a girlfriend, it's got nothing to do with you. They want your girl's lifestyle. They don't want you. There's a big difference. Do you understand? All right. Moving on. So if you've been following me on TikTok, yeah, for a while, so since the beginning, big up all the people that have been with me since the beginning, yeah, you would know what blew me up is my story times. Yeah. So when I used to tell stories. So I've got a story for you today. Yeah. When I was about 16, yeah, my mum used to take students. Okay. So students from other countries could study in the UK. They used to stay at our house, yeah. And I remember it was one summer. These three Italian girls come over. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was cold. They was older than me though. They would have been about one was 18, one was 19. No, both were 19, one was 18. So I was 16 at the time, yeah. And when I first saw them, I said, yo, good food. Now when you're in primary school and you do that, I said, good food, spectacular food, scrumptious food, fabulous food. Do you understand? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious food. Yeah. And brother, so at first, I'm a bit not weary of them, but you know what I mean? I'm coexisting peacefully. Then out of nowhere, they started to bunk school. I don't know why they're bunking school. Do you understand? So when I would come home before my mum, obviously my mum used to work late. I'll come home and they're already in the house. I'm thinking, why are you here? One of them used to go to school. She was a good youth. Yeah. But you see the other two, criminales, they wasn't going to school. So I come home now and they're always there. And then in being there, like I said, you see me, I grew up like Northwest and from the ends, whatever. So I was only used to dealing with like black girls from the ends. I didn't really know how to talk to girls that were from like other races or cultures or whatever. I just knew what I knew. Do you understand? If you eat chicken every day, lamb will taste strange. That was my life. So out of nowhere, they started to get real flirty with me, touching my arm, being around me. I don't know how to deal with that. So then one day, one of them said, listen, I think your son I think he's so cute. I want to take him back to Italy with me. So she comes, she said to me, yo, do you want to come back to Italy with me? I said, absolutely not. I was ignorant, bro. I thought if I go Italy, they're going to sell my organs. You see what I'm saying? I said, I'm not going to Italy, bro. Bar you. But like I said, she's stroking my arm, all of these things. And she started to get acne. And she said, oh, the reason I get acne is because I haven't had sex in a long time. I'm 16. I'm so stupid. You know, I wish I could go back in the past and punch me in my chest. All the signs was there. Do you understand? They've passed me the ball in the box. I should have just shot, but I didn't. Do you understand? Because I'm ignorant. See what I'm saying? I thought, boy, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Do you understand? Flirting, whatever. So eventually they got tired of me because I wasn't shooting my shot. You know, they say shoot or shoot. Yeah. Well, I wasn't a stepper. I was aiming in the sky. I should be aiming for head and the chest. See what I'm saying? So one time I go out now and I come back home. When I come back home, there's youths in my house. Italian youths. I'm seeing these tall, hench Italian dons with the girls. I'm thinking, wait, hold on, what's going on? And they've got drink. My mum's not home. It's just me. So I thought, oh, I know what they did. They were trying to pull a 3-man step and a mission. I said, no. So as I get there now, yeah, I'm seeing them about to go upstairs. So I said to the youths, where you going? And they try to surround me. Now, bearing in mind, I've got size now, but up until the age of 18, I was a very slim kind of mager guy. I weren't like muscular or nothing. So I'm seeing these muscular Italian youths surround me. I'm thinking, hold on. I'm not letting Italian youths bad me up, bro. What do you think this is, bro? In my head, I'm 16. I'm thinking, yo, I'm really outside. I'm not getting badded up by these guys. Are you crazy? So anyways, I phoned my boys. I phoned them. I said, yo, where are you? They said, we're in Church Road. I said, wonderful stuff. Come to my house. And do you know one thing? What I'll give them at the time, obviously I don't chill with them no more. I love that they understood the assignment. See, when they come to the house, they came with gloves and hoodies and jackets. And I saw these Italian dons get petrified. I loved every second of it. Now you see me, yeah, my eyes are smaller now. But you see, back in the days, I had big eyes. So I thought, you know what, let me spook them even more. Let me get ignorant. So I'm bunning my zoo in the kitchen with all of them, yeah, and I'm opening my eyes like that as I'm looking at them. I can just see them trembling. I thought, yeah, you think you get to chop in this house? Not even I'm allowed to have sex in this house. And it's my house. And you thought you was going to come and just sex down the place. You're crazy. Anyways, after we've established the pecking order, the hierarchy, they left. You see the three girls, I just looked at them. And after that, we coexisted again, but my chance, my opportunity was gone. I didn't even bother. And you know what? I kind of kicked myself because I would have been the guy. Can you imagine at 16 if I just slammed them two Italian things? If I had a threesome? Oh, I would have been the guy for like 3,000 years. Even when I die, I would have come out my grave and just told the story once a year to my great, great, great grandkids. I feel like an idiot. I've missed many opportunities in my life, but that one hurt me. That one killed me still. So yeah, man, that's a little story. I know you lot have been asking for the story times. So that's one. You know what I mean? Feed the streets. That's what you got to do. What we got? Save your money and date wisely. Now, I know I keep on saying this, but I'll say it again until you people listen. Don't be like me. Don't be like unks. Who did I think I was? Even another story time. I also went America. I would have been about 20 for the 4th of July. And obviously, like, it wasn't even a club. It was the hotel, actually. But as I'm there, obviously, there's girls staying at the hotel. Once again, they're all older than me. So I'm sitting by the pool. I didn't want to go up to sleep yet. One of them walks up to me, yeah, Puerto Rican thing. So she's half Puerto Rican, half black American, innit? And I can't lie, the body, words can't describe. If I could get a knife and fork and feast, I would. Her body was out of this world. Do you see what I'm saying? She liked man. She walked up to me. She said, "Oh, what's your name? I can tell you're not from here, whatever." So me and her's talking. We get to drinking, whatever. As we're talking, I wanted her to come back to my room. Like I said, I'm a horny devil, fam. So I'm thinking, yo, come to my room. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? She's like, no, I got work tomorrow. So I said, oh, like, what do you do? She told me I'm a bottle girl in the strip club. So I said, cool, innit? It explained a lot because look at her body. So as we're talking now, I said, you know what? Don't go work. She said, I can't go work. Do you know how much money I'm going to miss out on? I said, how much money do you make a day? She gave me a number. I'm not going to reveal the number because it'll only make me upset because I was tricking when I should not be tricking. And I said, you know what? I'll pay for your day off. Who did I think I was? I spent all my money in Uncle Sam's country. And for what? To prove what? Do you understand? Long story short, because I don't even have contact with her anymore. But the point of the matter I'm trying to make, yeah, save your money. Does that make sense? I used to be a flashy guy, spend my money, give them lifestyle. I used to talk to girls and say, yo, what's your dowry? Dowry? Don't be a madman like me, bro. Save your money. Because the reason I'm saying this, yeah, half the time when you're doing the most for women, yeah, they won't remember you in the future. You'll just be one of many. Think about it like this. Have you ever heard a girl brag about her ex or brag about the men that she's dated? Yeah. You don't find it strange. You never hear them say he was a caring person. He had a good heart. He used to donate to charity. I mean, he looked after the blind kids. Why do you never hear that? It's always, he flew me out here. He took me here. He did this for me. He bought this for me. It's never about who he was as a person. It's about what he did. That's bad. So that means you're just a shell. Do you understand? A vehicle. And when the next shell comes along, she'll wear him like a costume and take him off when he gets dirty. Do you want to be a shell? Do you want to be a costume? No. So save your money. I want to see Mandem in the kitchen taking pictures with their keys. You lot should have cars. You see, when I look back and I think about my life, yeah, I had land in my parents' country. And what did I ever do with it? Do you understand? By now, I could have built Airbnbs and hotels on that plot of land. And did I do it? No. I'm supposed to be a rich guy. What did my money go on? You understand? Because I wanted to act like I was the guy. I'm telling you, build yourself. Because women come and go. All those women, they came and they went. Whatever hotels or buildings or properties I would have built, they would still be here today. I've made a lot of money pass my hands for the wrong reason. Do not end up like me, bro. Do you understand? Properties, build yourself for yourself. That makes sense? So yeah, save your money. I hope you lot see sense. Okay, this is my second one. Growing up in the ends doesn't necessarily make you better. Now, a lot of people that grow up in the ends, they have this thing where, yeah, I got it out of the mud. Or from the ends, I got it out of the mud, whatever. You don't realize it, but you're at a disadvantage. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of guys can't navigate in the real world because the skill set they have doesn't take them far in the real world. You know, a lot of men can't read and write. And it's mad because it's like, how can you be in a first world country and you can't read or write? I remember school days, yeah. I used to go to school with certain man, yeah. And when the teacher used to ask them to open the page and start reading, they was reading like they was beatboxing. Man, them couldn't read. Do you see what I'm saying? That's bad. A lot of guys, forget even instruments, because that's not a necessity, but a lot of guys can't do anything. They can't operate outside of this little box. I've gone uptown with Mandem before. and they was holding the knife like they was trying to score points on the steak. Simple, even holding cutlery, they can't do, bro. You're at a disadvantage. So when you're growing up and you're hearing guys say stuff like, oh, they're little private school youths, these are good youths, they're trust fund youths, a lot of that comes from envy and jealousy. Because if their parents could do the same thing for them, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't be moaning and complaining. I grew up with guys that used to cuss people that come from two-parent households. Look at these good youths. Yeah, he has a nice life. I bet his parents bought everything for him. He went private school. But when they grew up, do you know what they would say? Forget even when they grew up. Literally a week later, the same guy said, and even other guys like him, they said, when I get money, my kids are going to private school. I said, what? I hear you diss private school youths all the time. But when you have money, you now want your kids to go to private school. So that's what I'm saying. If you're a good youth from a good home, do not let these guys make you feel some type of way. You need to own it. If a man tells you he got it out the mud, you're not like him. I got it out the mud. Say, yeah, I'm not a pig. I didn't get out the mud. I'm nothing like you. Do you understand? My life was sweet. Learn to throw it back in their faces. That makes sense. Being from the ends does not necessarily make you better. A lot of guys are not equipped to survive in the real world. You see what I'm saying? One thing you need to understand about a lot of guys from the ends as well, they've got no conflict resolution skills. It is anger issues and vibes. Throwing tantrums is not going to help you. Yeah, in the ends, you can scream at a man and bark at him and he'll kind of forgive you the next day because we think that behavior is normal. Bro, go to Goldman Sachs or work somewhere that makes sense and you scream at a man because he's not doing what you want. He'll just never talk to you again. And now you've lost access, you've burned the bridge. And for what? Because you think that domination and fear equals respect. It doesn't. Remember, when people grow up, they don't have to talk to you. It's only when you're a kid and you're in the same ends and you're squashed together and you're forced to live together. I have to talk to you because we live next to each other. But when you become an adult, you don't have to talk to people. So it's like if you scream at a man or you buzz at him and you try to do the aggressive bully boy thing that you've learned growing up, bro, these people will cut you off. They won't do business with you because you can't regulate your emotions. Another thing with a lot of people from the ends, going back to what I said about conflict resolution, they can't regulate their emotions. Do you understand? That's bad. If you think with your heart and not your head, you are in a lot of trouble in this life. So that's one thing you need to learn. So once again, it does not necessarily make you better. Remember, a lot of guys from middle class and upper class backgrounds here, their parents will give them the resources. They'll learn instruments. They'll even learn combat sports. They'll put them into all these taekwondo, all these karate, all of this stuff, yeah? Do you know how much guys I know growing up that they think they can fight, but they'll just swing and say, on my mum's life and get tired in 30 seconds, yeah? And they'll fight my man and they'll get beat up. I'll give you even a situation. One guy said he's gonna punch up this other guy, yeah? Good you, like good household, whatever. I think he even went private school. He's like, I'm gonna punch him up, he's soft. They had a fight. And I've witnessed many fights in my life and I have never seen an ass kicking like that in all my 27 years of living. You see, after that, do you know what he said? I'm calling the man, then we're gonna get him. So I said, but he punched you up in a fair one-on-one fight. And now you need a group of people to go after one person. That should tell you the mentality. Which makes me go on to the thing about good kids and bad kids. A lot of bad kids or bad youths, or even bad men, yeah, because there's a lot of grown men that still operate under that mindset. A lot of them are not tough. The only difference between a good guy and a bad guy is the bad guy will take things further. He's just more vindictive. If you punch him up and you embarrass him, just know him and his 10 jobless brethren are going to hunt you down for the rest of your life. That don't necessarily make him like a threat as such. He's just willing to take things a lot further than you. A good youth will have a one-on-one fight. He might lose. He'll go on about his day. A bad youth, you're not embarrassing him. Can't take embarrassment. So that's the only difference. So going back to what I said in the beginning, if you are a good kid from a good background, be proud of it. You don't have to get out of the mud. Be proud of yourself. Put your head down and work hard. And if people make you feel bad for the background that you came from, shove it in their face. Be proud of it. The only reason you're not proud of it is because the culture has made you feel bad for coming from goodness. We all have to get out of the mud. Nah, a lot of people that get out of the mud, they didn't go nowhere in life. I know a lot of mud babies, if that's what you want to call them, and they're suffering because they're ill-equipped to work in the real world. So that's that. My second point. Make civilian life great again. Moving on. Relationships are beautiful. Yeah. I'm an advocate for relationships. I think more men should get in relationships, yeah? See, when you're in a relationship, instead of dealing with 5 annoying women, you deal with 1 annoying woman. You just have to put up with her rubbish instead of 5. If you know your woman likes to go, I don't know, to restaurants or activities, or let's say a gallery, yeah? You only have to deal with one woman going to that gallery. You know, every month, I know what this woman likes, so I can tailor the experience to her. Imagine you've got 5 women hitting you up. One wants to go here, one wants to go here, one wants to go to Paris. You'll go mad. You'll get a UFO crop circle at the back of your head. You don't need that. Do you understand? Relationships are a beautiful thing because you can focus. However, it has to be aligned. Yeah. Where people go wrong is we enter performative relationships where you're performing like a bear in the circus. You're riding the tricycle, and if you're lucky, they dash biscuits at you once in a while. Yeah. When you're in a performative relationship, you've entered a contract. So when you enter a contract, it's basically under the circumstances of if you behave how I want you to behave, I'll love you. The minute you stop acting the way I want you to act, I'm dropping you like David Moyes. You don't need that. Do you understand? You're a human. You're not a robot. You're not AI. You're not going to be on 24/7. So you need someone that's going to accept, listen, there's down seasons and there are up seasons. Do you understand? Why a lot of relationships don't work nowadays is because they're performative. It's a contract, especially in like low income areas. See, like the ends, yeah? A lot of people don't love genuinely, but that's not a bad thing. It's because when you come from a background where it's like money's kind of unstable, you'll be addicted to stability. Yeah. So when a lot of people from a certain background say love, it's really just using in designer shoes. Nobody wants to be called a user. It's an ugly word. So no one wants to say, you know what, I'm in a bad situation, so I'm using this person to better myself. It sounds disgusting. So as long as that person's behaving or they're performing, yeah, you'll love that person. You'll give them everything. Why do you think as soon as the man then fall off, they're gone? They got rid of you because it's a performance. You're not performing anymore. A lot of guys, yeah, or men need to understand we are just actors in a woman's show that she's directing. She don't care about the actor. She might have wanted Leonardo DiCaprio to play the part. She didn't get him. So she thought, you know what? Christian Bale will settle. Yeah? He's good enough. And that's the thing about performance. You do not want to be written into a script of someone else's show. Because the minute you're not operating the way they want you, you're finished. And that's emotional damage. It's not good for you. But in my personal opinion, I think a lot of guys should get into relationships. I think it makes sense, but you just need to make sure the person you're getting with is good for you. Don't get into a relationship with someone because of vibes. And another thing, yeah, give yourself a couple months. Understand? Take it easy. Understand? I even said this in one of my TikTok videos, but I said, man, them need to stop moving like Eve's Basuma. You're too excited. Give her a couple months. Because some women, yeah, know how to pretend to be whatever you want them to be so they can get into the relationship with you. When you first met her, she was all these things. You thought, wow, I found the one. She's so amazing. She mirrors me. Let months go by. She's no longer the one. Why? Because that person you met was not the real person. That's their representative. They've got what they've wanted now. You're emotionally invested. So now I can be who I really am. So give it a couple months. Watch the way they move. Watch their mindset. Watch the way they think. And then say to yourself, you know what? Cool. I'm going to sign this player to the club. If they're not moving the way you want, remember, no player is bigger than the club. You'll be released. Look at kids that play for academies. Yeah, you played for the academy. You weren't playing properly. You've been released now. Yeah. Man, them need to be strict and have boundaries. So even if you enter a relationship with a person, enter a relationship with a person who has your best interest at heart. At heart, sorry. We don't do that enough. You might be meeting someone and you're spending all this money. Not once have they looked at you and said, you know what, save your money. We don't need to do that today. We don't need to do that this week. You don't find that strange, bro. You get what I mean? They've never done nothing for you. They've never reciprocated or poured into you. You've just been, and sometimes it's not even about money. Forget money. Sometimes it's about time. Time is more precious than money. When you needed them, yeah, they were nowhere to be seen. In fact, they shamed you for wanting to be needed. When they needed you, you was on that phone. When they called you to come and see them, you was there. You did everything you were supposed to do as a partner. And it's an imbalance. And I think that's another problem with relationships as well. There's a power imbalance. And because there's such a power imbalance and people have to sacrifice, which is why I'm saying you should be equal in relationships. There's a reason they say lawyers date lawyers and doctors date doctors, yeah? One of my friends, big her up, yeah, she works in Canary Wharf in the finance sector. And she'll always talk about how her co-workers, yeah, work these crazy hours, 100-hour weeks, all of these things. I said, that's not sustainable. That's mad. How? How do they have a life? How do they do relationships? And she said, you know what? They find women in the same sector. So it clicks and it makes sense. She aligns with his lifestyle, so it works. Because there's because they're equal, there is no power imbalance. If you're a man who's patterned, yeah, and you've got everything going for you, and you meet a woman who doesn't really have it like that, or she's got no motion, or she's really not on your level, yeah, so to speak, yeah. If you cheat on her or you disrespect her, it's gonna burn her. She's gonna feel equally. I mean, she's gonna feel even more betrayed because she came into this relationship sacrificing. Because you've got the power in this relationship. That makes sense. If you're a guy, you're not where you want to be. You're struggling. Yeah, you can't buy the food you want to buy. You can't drive the car you want to drive. You can't live how you want to live. Yeah, and you're with a woman. When she goes for a man that's got more than you, it's gonna kill you. That makes sense because of the power imbalance. You know you've sacrificed your dignity to stay there because you're not at your best. The problem with the two people in the relationship is they're both demanding loyalty. It doesn't work like that. So that's what I always say. You see, with alignment and being on the same level and mirroring each other, you can both sit down and you can both say, you know what, we've got a bond. Yeah. Even if it is a contract, you can say, this is what I bring to the table. This is what you bring to the table. Let's make it work. You see what I'm saying? With love, and I'm talking about pure love, it's a bond. That person can see you in the corner, vomiting, flies around your batty. They'll still love you because they love you for who you are and in your essence. Most people don't operate like that. So if you are going to enter a contract, make sure you're both getting what you want. Do you understand? So yeah, relationships are beautiful. Make relationships great again. You know what I mean? Man, them shouldn't be out there hoeing, shagging from here to Florida. You know what I mean? Discipline. Yeah? Relationships. Now, what we got? Oh shit. This is my favorite, you know. My favorite. Guys who force beef. You ever met a guy that forces beef? No one's looking for you. You're not involved. You see them guys, yeah, that are just about. You're on the block for decoration. When they do video shoots, you're just there in the background nodding your head to make up the numbers. That's it. But when there's beef, like when there's war, so to speak, yeah, you'll see guys move out the ends for no reason. They'll be on the phone. Sorry, babe, it's hot right now. The ends is hot. I gotta go Watford. The ends is hot. I gotta go Essex. I'm going Hertfordshire. Do you understand? I'm going Shropshire. Why? Why have you left? Like, no one's looking for you. When these guys are in their war room, them guys from the other side talking about who they're gonna get, who they're gonna go for, your name doesn't pop up. Why would you force ops? You ever met a guy that forces ops? Like, he involves himself in beef that has nothing to do with him. You're at a party, people are fighting, he'll jump in. Why? And after the fight's done, he's like, yeah, I got beef with them man over there now, you know. No, you don't. You understand? A lot of guys, yeah, could have lived their life normally, peacefully. But for some reason, they woke up. It's like a chip activated in their brain. And they decided, you know what? I want to be involved. But hold on. I've not actually done nothing to no one. I haven't mashed no works. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find every opportunity I can and force myself into beef. I'm going to talk shit about people that don't even know me. I'm going to do disses on songs for guys that have never even breathed the same air as me because I just want to be in it so bad. There's guys, they've been stabbed, they've been run down, all because they forced themselves into a situation they never had to. That's bad. Imagine looking over your shoulder for ops that don't exist. You're beefing phantom guys. It's ridiculous, bro. It's stupid. If you put in all that effort you're putting in to have fake beef into something constructive, bro, you'll be a millionaire. Some guys have ruined their life over fake beef. You ever met a guy, yeah, you say you're going to a party. You might go to a party in South, yeah? And he'll say, no, I can't go South. It's a slip. How is South a slip? They don't know you. Do you understand? We're going East. I can't go East. That's a slip. That's a lack. How? No one's looking for you. And it's mad. There's guys that will ruin their whole life. And when I say ruin their life, yeah, as in move places they didn't need to move to, argue with people they didn't need to argue. For what? Don't force beef. It's weird and it is creepy. Only a mental health patient would put themselves in harm's way for hype, for clout. Do you understand? I'm talking about those guys here. You've never met them in your life, but they'll tell a girl your government name. Let's say your name's Darren. A girl will be talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to D Money. I don't know who Darren. You're talking to Darren, bro. There's no need for that, bro. Do you understand? Like those kind of guys, bro. I think they're a sickness to our society because I think to myself, like, if anyone goes out of their way to create hassle that didn't need to be created, that is madness, bro. So if you're one of those guys that like to force beef, yeah, I'm here to give you your epiphany. I'm here to give you your wake up call. Stop it, because you will go outside. Stop looking over your shoulder for people that aren't there, that don't exist. Do you understand? So that's my word of wisdom to you. Don't force beef. It's weird. Okay, that's that one. What we got here? Ah, might be a little bit of a controversial one, but I feel like it's something that I have to say. You know? Men don't care if women respect us. We actually really don't care. You see, when I see women online talk about, yeah, the modern men, I don't respect men of today. We don't care. And that's not me being like a misogynist or a woman hater or a me hating women. Yeah? The reason we don't care is because a woman's disrespect is harmless. Their respect don't really move the needle. It doesn't mean anything. See, when a woman don't respect you, yeah, at most, she'll roll her eyes when you're talking. She'll talk to you in a disgusting tone. Yeah? She might snap at you and give you attitude, or she'll giggle when you're walking past. If you're someone that you've actually been involved in actual real violence, in the grand scheme of things, that is harmless. Do you understand? You see, when a man don't respect you, he will make your life a living hell. You will want to jump from the highest building in the world. Have you seen how men treat men they don't respect? So when women are saying stuff like, oh, men only care about male validation, whatever, whatever. Yeah, because male validation is the difference between survival and survival. It's that simple. There's a lot of women saying, yeah, my man's getting to the money. He loves money, he loves motion. He don't love motion because of you. He's not trying to pattern up because of you. He just doesn't want to be the broke one in the friendship group. Have you seen how they treat the broke guy in the friendship group? They're going to slap his head, kick his bum, send him to the shop. Bro, words can't even describe. If you see the way men treat men they don't respect, it is crazy. Like, I've had women say to me, I don't rate you and I don't respect you. And I say, so? Oh, wow, some random woman doesn't rate me. How am I going to live? Doesn't mean anything. You can't kill me. Can't do anything to me, bro. The only thing you're going to do is talk to me crazy, cool, whatever. I just won't talk to you. I'll ignore you. How about that? I won't answer your phone calls. Where we going now? See what I'm saying? So, once again, this is not to put down women or rub them out or something. I know sometimes I can sound a little bit like a woman hater. I promise you I'm not. I just like to tell stuff from the male perspective. I'm a man, of course. But really and truly, their respect really don't mean anything. Think of it like this, yeah. How much women are complaining for their man to change? You want him to change? Has he changed? No. See, back in the days, yeah, there's a guy we used to chill with, and he was stingy. Yeah, he used to wear Mackenzie instead of Nike because he said it's cheap. So you know what kind of a guy he was. And his girl was on him. You don't take me nowhere. You don't do anything. He still didn't take her nowhere. We called that guy broke for 20 days. See how Jesus didn't eat for 40 days and 40 nights? We called him broke for 20 days and 20 nights. We insulted him. Guess what he did? He fixed up. Does that make sense? So a lot of the time you need to understand, like, men don't chase male validation because we worship other men. It's not because of that. It's because we know how bad things can get when a man don't rate you. It's that simple. So like I said, when you go online and you hear women say, I don't respect the men of today, I can't rate these kind of men, that's all well and good. But I promise you, I don't know a single man on planet Earth who has lost sleep because a woman didn't respect him. We don't care. The only time a man will care about a woman's respect is if it's his woman. You see, if you've wifed off a woman or you and your girl are locked in, yeah, you'll care because you invited her into your world. You showed her parts of you that maybe your brethren didn't even see. Outside of your family, this is quite debatable. But you could say your woman's the most important person outside of your family because she sees parts of you your friends don't see. That makes sense? Your brethren might not see you at your lowest point in the kitchen, bunning zoots and talking to yourself like a madman because you got no peace. He might not see that. He might see all the glitz and the glamour. She sees that. So when you're vulnerable, when you've opened up your neck to this person and they diss you, it hurts more because I've actually let you in. And for a lot of men, vulnerability is like a big thing. So I let you in and you dissed me. Then it hurts. But in the general consensus, we really don't care if women respect us. I'm not even going to lie to you. Any male in your life, ask him, have you changed your life because women didn't respect you? Did you lose sleep because women said it? We don't. You know what I mean? So that's the reason. So that's that on that topic. Yeah? I'm not a woman here, you know. I did a podcast the other day and they asked me who hurt me. You know what I mean? They asked if I'm wounded. I'm not heartbroken, you know. I've been hurt, but not heartbroken. But no, I'm not a woman here. Love women, yeah? This is me moving on to our financial section of the video, yeah? I do like to talk about finances because I think they're very important. Use credit cards to fund your goals, yeah? So I only got a credit card about 2-3 months ago, yeah? At 27. And I sat there and I thought to myself, I should have done this ages ago. Why didn't I do that? I feel so stupid for not getting a credit card. But anyways, I digress. So I got one now. And I understand how addictive it is for people to just use their credit card. Just tap, tap, put it on my credit card, yeah? Why that's bad? You are owing and spending money that is not yours for frivolous and stupid things. Does that make sense? You are going into debt for rubbish. Do you think I am going to spend people them's money on rubbish? Are you crazy? Let me tell you something. I have been shot at point blank range, and I am more afraid of HMRC than I ever was of those youths. HMRC. See, when I was 20 years old, I had a business. It failed, but I didn't want to pay my business tax. Yeah, I didn't want to pay the tax. When HMRC sent me the letter of what I owe, I just went like that. I said, "Oh, HMRC, thugs, they're on stuff." So if you're sensible, yeah, and this has nothing to do with, I'm gonna get onto why I mentioned HMRC in a bit. Use your credit card to fund goals. There is guys going into credit card debt because they're dating. Guys going into credit card debt because they want to go on holiday or they want to. It's like, why? You can go on holiday, but what holiday? You see what I'm saying? It's a thing where, cool. Let's say, off the top of my head, you like to own a clothing line. Yeah. So you want to own a clothing line. In order to pay for the materials or what's needed for the clothing line, use your credit card. Let's say, I don't know, you want to do podcasting, whatever it is you want to do, or use your credit card where whatever you're spending, you'll make money. Do you understand? You could even put it back into the credit card if you want to. But do not be spending your card. Do not be going into debt, yeah? Especially if you've got some high, you know what I mean, percent you got to pay back on that card. Brother, be sensible. Use it to fund your goals. Whatever your goals are, you might say, I don't know, I'd like to open a boxing gym or I'm a personal trainer. Use your card for the equipment you're going to need. Use your card for the space that you're going to rent out maybe per week or whatever it is. But use your card for sensible things. Do not be going into debt for lifestyle. It's madness. When I see people going into debt for lifestyle, I think, why? Don't do that to yourself, man. If you've got goals, if you've got a business, whatever it is you are chasing, use one thing to grow another thing. Yeah. Now, going back to why I mentioned HMRC, yeah. If you do have a business, yeah, have two accounts. So you have your normal business account and have another account so that you can pay the tax. Yeah. So two separate accounts. When you've got one that you put the money in so you can pay the tax, you can breathe. That makes sense. Whatever you're profiting from, you can actually pour that into that account for the tax, and you know that that's sorted. You don't have to worry. You don't have to think. Yeah. Which is why I mentioned HMRC, because I made that mistake and I paid the price. Okay. So always have two accounts, one for your actual business account, and obviously you do your dealings on, etc., etc. And the second one so you can pay your tax. Do not try to avoid the tax man. The tax man is on badness. He is on smoke. I don't ever want beef with the tax man again. I have learned my lesson. Please learn from me. Okay? So that's when I've gone into finances. And in general, when it does come to finances, I would say there's an app called Emma that I'm currently using. It gives you like budgeting spreadsheets. It allows you to track the amount you're spending per month. Is it per month? Yeah, for per month. So it gives you like just a great insight into where your finances are going. It even told me, Emma actually told me that I spend more on Uber Eats than 92% of their users. I said, wow, I'm just giving my money away like that. That makes sense. they've told me that I visited, I think it was Asda. They said I visited Asda like 210 times for this month. So it's given me a good insight into where my spending is. And I always say to people, yeah, show me, show me your what is it called again? When you get your at the end of each month that the bank sends you. I'll say bank balance for now, but I don't think that's what it's called. But show me your even your online banking, yeah, and I'll tell you who your god is. Okay. If you show me your online banking and I'm seeing Hakkasan and Ivy Asia and all of these things, I know that's your god. If you show me your account and I'm seeing, I don't know, you're always buying alcohol, I know that's your god. Do you see what I'm saying? Show me your account and I'll show you who your god is. And I think if you've got an account, look into your own account and you would get a very good insight into what you worship, so to speak, and just cut it out. You need to be disciplined because I promise you, yeah, save your money is the only thing that will save you. Okay, I've been a king in my life and I've been a peasant, and I will choose king each and every time. The life of a peasant is rough. Okay, money will save you. And in terms of having money, I would say cut out designer clothes even. Because even the other day, yeah, I had a designer top about £400, £300, and I put it in the wash and it got washed badly. I didn't even put it in the wash. Someone put it in the wash for me. And the shirt is destroyed. And I sit and I thought to myself, do you know how much money I spent on that shirt? And it got destroyed just like that with all these stupid stains and these bleach marks. You see what I'm saying? It made me sit there and realize how fickle designer clothes are. Even when it comes down to lifestyle, linking this back to what I was saying about dating, yeah? When it comes to dating, only give what you're willing to give. Have a threshold. Say, this is my structure. Do you understand? This is what my club offers. This is Sheffield Wednesday. We might not have a big budget like Real Madrid. And if you don't like it here, go over to there. You have your structure. So you might say to yourself, cool, I'm a guy that I like to do dates in Chinatown. I'm a guy that I like to do dates at, I don't know, buffets even, yeah? You know this is who you are. That makes sense? Do not meet a woman and then level up your lifestyle because you want to impress her. That is madness. That's what crazy people do. If I'm a guy who likes fine dining, if I'm a guy that I like to travel and I meet a woman, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to this country, join me. I'm eating out of this place, join me. I'm asking you to join me. This was already here before you came. That's different. I'm not going to meet someone and say, you know what? I'm about to do a bunch of things I don't really like and I don't really care for because I want to impress her. And that's how you end up spending more money. And when it doesn't work, you start bitching and crying and going online and calling women users and all of these things. No, she didn't use you. She didn't use you. You used yourself because you was operating out of your element. You know you're not that kind of guy. So why'd you force yourself to be that kind of guy? Do you understand? So whatever you do, say to yourself, look in the mirror and say, listen, this is my budget. This is what I'm capable of and this is what I'm sticking to. And if this person doesn't want to sign for this club because my salary is not making sense, they can go to that club. One thing you need to learn in life is have an abundance mentality. One person might not want you, but I promise you someone out there does. That makes sense. You need to think like that. And even if you do attract a beautiful woman, yeah, beautiful women come and go. If she liked you, you think another beautiful woman's not going to like you. She's not the only sexy woman in this planet. There's more of her. Especially nowadays where women have all these makeup and hairstyles, they can make themselves sexy. It's not like back in the days where if you was chopped, you're chopped. Nah, they all look good now. They can make themselves look good. So say to yourself, this is what I'm willing to spend. I'm not willing to spend any more than this and stick to it. Stick to your guns. Put your foot down. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be good to go, my brother. You will be good to go. Finances, save yourself. Own that property. And if not that property, be able to fund your business, fund your life. You do not want to be begging and crying and crawling and scraping to other people. Stand on your own 2 feet. You have a willy and ball sacks. Okay? So look after your own, look after your family. Do not be going out there trying to impress people. Because I promise you, someone from the block is chopping her for free. And he didn't have to impress her. All right. So log that in. Okay. All right. Be careful. Be careful on socials, yeah? We live in a time where I call it the motion era, and I'm very happy to live in the motion era. But you see, the thing with the motion era, we're so quick to show off our belongings and what we have. You have to be careful. Do you understand? The pressure to have money now is even worse than back in the days. You see, back in the days, you could be broke, you'll get girls. Those days are over. They want the lit guys, guys that can facilitate a certain lifestyle. If you can't do that, it's tired. So what do? We promote ourselves, yeah? We put ourselves out there. That's what Instagram's for, TikTok's for, whatever social media handle is for, yeah? But here's where it becomes problematic. There is a you out there right now. He hasn't had a trim in months or a retwist. He's at home. His tracksuit looks third hand. He is farting and scratching his balls and he is angry at the world. He's just scrolling. So when he sees you showing off your watch, when he sees you showing off your lifestyle, what do you think's gonna happen? You see the problem with people I find, yeah? People act like trapping and fraud are the Real Madrid and Barcelona of the roads. They act like nothing else exists. You see the roads, yeah? It's like the 9 circles of hell. The deeper down you go, the worse the demons get. There's guys out there, they kidnap, they kill for money, yeah? They sell weapons. There's a lot of guys out there doing very grimy things. In my personal opinion, a lot of fraud guys and trappers, their heart does not beat like that. They are not violent people, nor will they commit violence. A lot of men have been robbed and they ate that. Pause. Okay? You've got some grimy guys, especially these robbers. Like I said, they're in their house just scrolling. Do you understand? So be very careful. Water it down, dilute it. You don't need to show everything. Do you understand? That's where it becomes problematic. So if you are a young person on socials, yeah, and it doesn't always have to be criminal. Do you understand? Like, there's guys doing the legit thing and they're very clever and they've made a lot of money through business. However, that makes you an even bigger target. If you are a normal guy who made your money in a legit way and you have hit the heights, you're flying high, that's worse because you're an easier target. If they know this guy's not really gonna do anything, there'll be no retaliations, there'll be no pushback. You're getting robbed, my friend. Plain and simple, cut and dry. Because they know nothing's gonna come back. People go for people who they know can't harm them. If a guy knows if I rob those people over there, the next time he sees me, he's gonna fill me up with lead. He's not gonna do it. You understand? He might say, you know what, that guy's got money, but he's a good G. He's never bust lead in his life. I'm robbing him. Simple. So behave yourself. It's sad, but there's a lot of jealousy and envy nowadays. Listen, people are letting their jealousy and envy corrupt them. If you have nice things, yeah, box clever, play the game smart. Do you know what I mean? Don't take too many touches on the ball. Do what you need to do. If you're somewhere, take your pictures, put it on your socials, but upload it when you're gone. I know that sounds like common sense, but unfortunately, common sense is not that common nowadays. You're seeing normal guys getting kidnapped and killed for their belongings. You're seeing guys that weren't even involved like that getting killed for their belongings. What you've got to watch? Killed for your belongings. Be very careful how you move in today's society. We live in the motion era, but it's a double-edged sword. Because a lot of guys, they might not have the brain to make money. They just don't know how to do it. They're not wired that way. Yeah. I don't know how to make money. I'm not that great at making money from their mindset. So instead of putting myself out there to make the money, I'm just gonna rob you who does know how to make money. It's simple. It's a caveman mentality. Do you think every caveman knew how to make fire? No. One caveman bullied the other caveman to do his bidding. He said, I can't make fire like you, but I can bust your head. How about that? Make fire. Bro had to make fire. You think every caveman went out there and hunted? No. I can punch you up. Go out there and hunt on my behalf. That's how it goes. Human beings and animals, we are not that far removed. We're not that different from our ancestors, forefathers, whichever way you want to call it. So yeah, I would just say be careful, man. And look after yourselves always. Remember, the number one objective of a mission, get home safely to your family. You want to be able to sit on that dinner table with your family members, eat, laugh, and drink. And how are they going to do that? Because you died over something stupid and replaceable like a watch or even a car. Yeah? And once again, man, so like I always say, very thankful for the support. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you lot always. I love and appreciate and I respect you lot always. Thank you for sticking with me through the journey. And that's that. Follow me on all socials. Yeah. So follow me everywhere. And yeah, man, episode 3 coming out soon. Love. Make civilian life great again. Great life.